Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Enigmatica to Expert. So, since last episode, I have cleaned up the fireplace a little bit. I've been working on this. This is actually going to have screens on it. Either extra utilities or RF tools screens. I'm not for sure which one I want to go with yet. One or the other. And then I'll probably end up having to put something else. I don't know if I have enough flu links to fill it, to fill out 6 screens, but we'll see. So, I did go ahead and close up that a little bit, and if we step through here, this is actually sneaky false blocks from Dark Utilities that have been covered with a brick texture. And if you come through here, it actually takes us into our teleportation room. So, of course, deep dark portal right there. These are teleports within the base. There might eventually be some overflow into there, I don't know for sure, but over here, this is stuff outside of the base. So all of our Twilight Forest teleports, we've got the Temporary Thaum area, the Deep Dark Mine. This is all Void Stone and Sky Stone and Tower Wood up through here, and then a little bit of Glowstone, and these are Redstone lamps, the ones that are always on. Redstone lamps for the lighting. So, and then I've got pedestals placed out everywhere so that we can fill them with teleports. This is actually, if you look right there, there's an oak painting frame on the left, bottom left. And then what I've done is I've scaled it to a 3x, so 3x3 painting. This is, of course, just a stock painting, but I quite like it. I actually like this painting quite a bit. So if you step on this, you actually step up a block. But I figured it wasn't really that apparent. Coming in here it is, I guess. But that way you can access it. But it almost feels like, if you don't know that this is here, I don't know, it almost feels like a separate dimension or something like that. Like another plane, right? So we kind of teleport into this little hub area. And then if we pop down to the Britannia area, I have been working down here a little bit. Still a long ways to go. This is very much a work in progress. So I did pull up the mana pool and the flowers and the spreaders, and I used the band of mana to move the mana out of the pool. And I moved it over to this little area. So we've got our Endo Flames and our mana spreaders. We are going to automate these at some point in the near future. And then we've got a couple mana pools there, and this is going to be for Terra Steel creation right there. I don't know that Endo Flames are going to be our go-to forever. Probably not. But right now we've got Endo Flames, because that's the mana production that we've got. And then I've dug this area out, and back in here I have been digging. digging and digging and digging. So this is at Y25 at the moment. Is where that's at. So, but I have to figure out, we have to go a little bit further in Britannia before I can finish digging that out. That's actually going to lead to the thaumcraft area, and then in turn, blood magic and astral sorcery areas. Which I have something a little bit different in mind for astral sorcery within the series. Probably something that isn't terribly common, to say the least, but something I want to try out, let's say. So, over here, this is actually going to be our Gaia Guardian boss fight area. But before I can build out the thaumcraft area, I need to see at least how far back I need to dig it out, because the arena has to be so big to be able to summon the Gaia Guardian, and I think it needs to come out a little bit farther. I'll probably pop it in my test world and get the exact dimensions, but it's actually decently big. Part of me wants to say I don't think it's quite a 25 by 25. I think it's like an 19 by 19 or something like that. I can't remember, but I've got to see exactly what I need. But this area is steadily coming along. Like our Britannia Elven Chapel, hidden underground. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and pop up. And today what we're going to be working on is we're going to get back into a bit of thaumcraft. And we are going to begin working into this little section. Working with a caster's gauntlet, making spells, and all that cool stuff. We're going to start working into that. Because if you recall, I did say that I kind of wanted that to be, to kind of have its own dedicated episode. Also, there is a quest right here, the Infernal Furnace. We did complete this quest. Nether bricks, obsidian, iron bars, lava buckets. Just holding all of that stuff works. And it does make a big furnace, and you can smelt things, and then you can also smelt things super fast if you don't mind getting flux. It will generate flux if you set it up to smelt things using Ascensia. The Infernal Furnace, it's not really something that's terribly useful for us, because, I mean, we have Induction Furnace. And honestly, unless you're running it with flux, it's kind of just like, eh. And I wouldn't mind setting one up, except for the fact that they are actually terrible on lag, even if they're not burning anything, because I know there's quite a few people on the server that have one set up, and they're not really using them, but they are running, they have the highest, usually the highest, basically like checks that they have to do. They're running the highest on that, so I'm not going to bother with setting one of those up. Okay, we got 8 targets from open blocks as our reward. These things they're kind of cool, I guess. You set them up, and basically, if an arrow hits them, they emit redstone. So, I mean, they're kind of cool for like a little archery area if you want to set up like an archery practice area. But okay, so anyways, let's go ahead, and we actually need to, if we look at the basic auromancy, right now we're 2 out of 3 on it, and there's 2 things here. We have to craft the Focal Manipulator, and we have to examine fire very closely. This I've already gotten. Basically, if you get caught on fire, that's what triggers it. So we've already done that at some point. Maybe going through the Twilight Forest, or I don't know. I remember jumping in some lava the other day. It might have been that. There's no telling. But anyways, the Focal Manipulator, stone table, a couple arcane stone slab, iron plates, V resonator, and some gold ingots, which I've actually got V resonators crafted up. Tell you what, I want to go ahead and get those. Let's go ahead and set this up. Let me craft up, oh, I've actually got arcane stones right there. And slabs. I am going to have to go get some iron plates real quick. By the way, this portable tank is filled with UU. So, and this one is working on getting filled up. 24,000 millibuckets at the moment. Okay, so let's pull up the Focal Manipulator. And what all else do I need? Iron plates go there. That goes there. That. And then we need 2 gold ingots and a stone table. And we got a quest complete golem press. Okay. I'm assuming that requires pistons, iron bars, stone table. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get our loot chest from that. But we are going to get into the golem press because I do want some golems. But not right now. So we got 8 fish and chips. Just what I always wanted. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our Focal Manipulator. There's that. And we should get a quest complete. There it is. And Focal Manipulator, let's grab our loot chest. And we got a quest complete for a blank lesser focus as well. And the caster's gauntlet. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get our loot chest from that. Alright, we are clearing house today. So first loot chest, we got a whale from Pam's Harvest Craft. Second up, we got 2 resonant conversion kits. That is useful. That is very, very useful, because that's a kit. That's not just a resonant conversion upgrade. That's a full kit. So as soon as we start thermal expansion, we can have 2 resonant machines. Just bam. And then we got 8 Peking duck. Okay, well, anyways, under auromancy, we can complete the 2 out of 3, and we have unlocked basic auromancy. Okay, so now that we've unlocked that, we have access to some very basic, very, very basic stuff. I'm going to put this actually in this area, and you can see the Focal Manipulator does work with the research table, so we can select that. And you can see we've got a lot more inspiration now than we used to have. But for example, if I was to pull this up and I was to set this down back here, see, it still connects. And even if I set it down way over here, it still connects. Okay, so if we open up the Focal Manipulator, and we take a blank lesser focus, or any kind of focus, for example, we can put this in the bottom left, and it's going to open this up. Okay, now this is, let's see, dislocation name, fire, and touch. This is the start of the spell, right? This is whenever we cast it. And right here, we're going to do touch. And you can right-click to remove these if you want, but we're going to make a touch spell. And we're going to do fire. And you can see that would be the end of the spell. So we cast it, it affects on touch, and it will burn the enemy. Okay? And you can see we can start crafting here. You can see there's a complexity. 15 is the maximum complexity for lesser focus. This is how much XP it's going to cost. This is the V cost. And then you can see the V per cast is 0.8. And, you know, in the past, it would use V from a wand. Now it uses V from the chunk that you're in. Basically the aura from that area. So you can see, like, you know, that's the aura. If you take a look here, 160 is the aura for this chunk. So that's where it's going to get the V from. I actually kind of preferred the wand system more, but I like setting up these because you can actually you can adjust damage and stuff like that. So, but then you can see the crystals that are required. We would need a Versio and Ignis to craft this. Okay. Now I'm not going to craft that right now. I want to do a little bit more research before we actually craft anything, because we can get some better stuff. So, let's see, there's the focus pouch, which of course we can put focus into that and store them so that we have, you know, a bunch of different foci available to us without cluttering up our inventory. Let's see, do we want to, there's the elemental effects and then focus medium projectile. This is so that we don't have to have our spells as touch. We can actually make a projectile based spell. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. We need theory, auromancy, and modus to have been discovered. Let's go ahead and complete that. And now we need to study projectile types. So normal projectile is like an arrow. I need to get hit by one of those. A fiery projectile and a sticky projectile. Okay, let's see. Fiery projectile, we should be able to go to the nether and let's see, the sticky projectile would let's see, I'm going to think about that. Give me a second to think about that. Also, the elemental effects, observation, auromancy, air, gel, and terra. We can go ahead and complete that, and we unlocked air, frost, and earth. And of course, air doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does knock back. Frost can slow enemies down as well as do damage, and earth is high damage, basically. And can also break blocks from weaker materials. Okay. And then down here, there's the focus effect Flux. We need theory, auromancy, and discover vidium. We've already done that stuff. So we'll go ahead and complete that. And this is, it does armor piercing. So armor's not going to help with that. There's also break and heal and exchange. We want exchange, but we need another theory and auromancy. I think I'm going to need theories in auromancy. Any enchanted item with silk touch and fortune 1 in Perdito. And there's a bolt that we could learn this if we had a theory in auromancy. Okay. And there's also the focus pouch, observations, and auromancy and artifice. Let's go ahead and get that so that we have that available to us. And that needs infusion. Okay. And I think we've completed most of the quests other than the bag, because we won't be able to do the advanced focus or the greater focus until we get into infusion. So that'll be the last quest for this little tab that we can do at the moment. Okay, so the projectiles. Let's go ahead. Let me pop down to the nether. And let me go get hit by some kind of fiery projectile. The sticky projectile, oh, I'm not for sure. Like, I've played packs where, like, spiders can shoot webs, which would kind of make sense, but that's not a thing on here. So, let's see. Is it this, or do we need to get hit by a ghast? Okay, that counted as a fire projectile. Alright. So let's head back. I don't think there's anything in the nether that would get us with a sticky projectile. Oh, you know what it is? Almost forgot. It's a new feature. There was actually people talking about this. And it just so happens I've got a llama up here. I found this the other day, setting up here. I remember them talking about it in chat, actually. So if we punch this llama, and we give him a minute here. Okay, did that count? Did he hit me? No, he didn't hit me. Try again. Try to aim a little bit better this time. Come on. There we go. You learned some more about projectiles. Okay. So, there we go. Focus, medium, projectile. We'll go ahead and complete that. And we learned bouncy, which of course bounces off surfaces, seek hostile, and seek friendly. So we do have seeking spells that we can cast. And then we got focus, medium, arcane mine, and focus, medium, bolt. Okay. Well, I'm going to need theories and auromancy to do really anything as far as more research goes. Give me just a second here. I'm going to do a little bit more research. And now that we have the Focal Manipulator, we can select that, which should help us out quite a bit. Okay, I've been doing some research, and we have pretty much all of this tab knocked out except for Break, which requires Silk Touch and Fortune 1. So what we're going to do, I've actually made up a wooden pickaxe with Luck 1 and a wooden pickaxe with Silk Touch on it. And this should actually work. So let's put this stuff away, just so we don't accidentally use that. And now, if we hit complete on this, there we go. We got focus effect break, and you can see it consumed those Tinker's Construct wooden pickaxes. So a really easy way to get that if you have TC available. And then there's another thing here, the focus effect Rift. We're going to need another theory of auromancy and an observation on the Eldritch. Okay. Let's go ahead and let me get one more auromancy point. There we go. And let's see, I want to see how many knowledge points I've got. See, I've got a bunch of fundamentals. Alchemy and auromancy I tend to fight with. Eldritch I only have one, so this is actually going to consume the only one that I have. And we are going to get a minor amount of warp from this. But let's go ahead and get it. And there we go. I just heard the warp effect. And it says, I've managed to create a focus that manipulates dimensional magic. Most inanimate objects will be shifted into this other realm temporarily like some sort of portable hole. The diameter of this hole will remain fixed at around 3 yards, but I should be able to manipulate the depth quite a bit. Okay. And if we take a look here, we are 73% through auromancy. And the only things that we don't have that we have access to at the moment is Advanced Foci and the V Amulet. Okay, so what we're going to do, and have we got... I don't think we got any inspiration points from that, but if we take our Blank Lesser Focus in and put it in here now, you can see we have all kinds of things unlocked. And I'm not going to go into detail about all of these because it does talk about them in the book, of course. And I may actually have to get some XP. I think I have some solid XP around here, though. Let's see, that's a limit of 16 blocks. We could make mines, projectiles. Okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's make a bolt. And what this does, this hits the enemies instantly, which is kind of nice. So we're going to make a bolt of magic that is frost. Okay, and right here we can adjust. Like right now we only have a 9 out of 15 complexity. It's 1.8 V per cast. It's going to require Gellum and Potentia. Now we can also upscale the duration in seconds and the power. And you can see as we scale this up, like the complexity jumps and the V per cast jumps. And then if we bump up the duration, you can see that bumps up the total complexity as well. So let's bump the power up to, so that's 133 V. And right now we have 160 in the chunk. I want to be careful not to go above the V. If we go to that, it's 3 V per cast, and it's 153 V cost, 15 complexity. That's straight power, and they're going to get a 2-second chill duration. Do we want to upscale the duration, or just go straight for damage? I think a 4-second chill and 3 power, I think, should be good. I think we should focus more on the chill effect of it. You can see it's got a 6 attack damage, which isn't too bad. And we're going to need Gellum and Potentia crystals. Start crafting. There we go. Okay, so it's 3V per cast, and it's a Bolt, Frost, 4-second duration, power of 3. Let's grab it. And right here, change caster focus. Let's go ahead and set this to... Let's go ahead and set our change caster focus to the apostrophe. And if you hold your change focus, you'll pull up a little menu there. So our caster's gauntlet is now slotted with that bolt spell. And the nice thing about bolt is it hits instantly. So if we want to chill something, we can do that. Okay, right there's a creeper. So let's hit him. Oh, see, it froze all the water right there. It's another side effect of using ice, which is pretty cool. But watch this. That's awesome. That's a pretty effective spell, I think, for a blank, like a basic focus. Of course, we can make better ones once we get some better foci, but right now, I mean, that's the best that we can do until we get into Infusion. So let's make ourselves a nice... let me make up one more focus real quick. Okay, there is our blank lesser focus. I'm just going to empty this out. A lot of flux in there. But that's okay, because we don't mind. Okay, so we got another focus. So what I want to make is... Let's go ahead and put this into the Focal Manipulator. I want to make a Rift spell. So we're going to do... let's do this as a Bolt, I think. I mean, we could do it as Touch. I think Bolt's better. We're going to do a Bolt that does a Rift. Okay? And we're going to say the duration is going to be... It's 2V per cast. And then there's the depth. Let's do a 6-second duration, a 16 depth. And that should be good. 3V per cast. We're going to need Alienus and Potentia. It's fine. I've got those. Okay, actually we can get away with a 7-second duration, 16 depth. So let's do that. And craft. And we'll give it just a minute. It's going to pull out the V that we need. And there we go. We have a focus with Bolt and Rift. So let's grab that. And then I want to make a focus pouch. That's what I want to make. So for this, we're going to need a mundane belt, a gold ingot, and then some leather. Easy enough. Okay. There we go. There's our mundane belt. And then that, and there is our focus pouch. Ooh. And we should get a quest complete. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this in. Get our loot chest. And we got a fission controller. Challenge complete, splitting the atom. It's actually kind of nice. That's a rare reward. We're going to be using that soon. In fact. And normally to craft this, we would need... it's decently expensive, actually. I mean, it's not crazy expensive. But I'll definitely take it. Okay, and then if we take our focus pouch, we open this up, you can see we can actually store a lot of different spells in this. Let's go ahead and put our blank lesser focus in there. And then if we hold our focus change button, you can see we can switch to our Rift spell. Okay, so if we were to cast this, say, at this wall. There we go. But, gotta be careful, because it's gonna become... it's going to turn back into solid. Let's actually cast it right here. So, of course, this works like the... the little black hole. I keep wanting to say portable hole, but... the black hole spell from thaumcraft before, you know. Is basically how it works. So, if I'm out, you know, doing something and I want to pop between... if I want to pop between rooms... really, really quickly, I can do so. And by the way, if you hold shift up there at the top left, you can see the amount of V per cast of your currently equipped spell, as well as the V in that aura. So if I was to cast this, you can see I just lost 3 V there. Just don't get yourself caught in there. But I think with the depth and duration, I think it's I think we have plenty of time to run through that. So, but for example, if I was to cast it here into the floor, and we'll cast it again. Oops. I can smash the ground. So anyways, we have a nice utility spell there. Okay, and we'll get back into a little bit more. We'll make some more spells once we get some better foci. But I think those two for right now should be good. And I've been doing some research. I've got, alchemy's 86%. You can see that for the most part, like if we look at auromancy, there's nothing left to research. Alchemy, nothing left to research. Artifice, nothing left to research. Arcane Infusion, of course, has that. And then Golomancy, I have that. Basically, the majority of everything is stuck behind Arcane Infusion. That's what we're going to be getting into next episode. But we have just a couple minutes here. So let's go ahead and finish out Arcane, let's finish unlocking Arcane Infusion. And to do so, what we're going to need to make is the Runic Matrix. And I can't pull up the recipe there. Basically, all it takes is 4 Arcane Stone bricks, and then a piece of Nitor, and then one of each of the crystals, and then 150 V. So let's go ahead and let's pull this up. And let's find a chunk. I've got the Nitor. Let's go ahead. Let's find a chunk that it's not going to use up every single drop of V. Good way to check these is just fly around like this. There's 181 in this chunk. This will get a little bit easier later on, but yeah, 181 right there. Let's go ahead and set this up and add those into there. Oh, and we actually get a 5% discount because we're wearing the Goggles of Revealing. So I didn't think about that. But anyways, there is our Runic Matrix. And of course, we'll be able to get better V discounts here soon too. Technically, I could throw on the Crimson Mage stuff or, whatever, but I'm not too worried about it. Because V is not really a big concern in this version of thaumcraft. Alright, so let's go ahead and complete that. And there we go. We have finished Infusion research. And you can see, right here is the multi-block that you form. It's standard. And arcane pedestals are crafted standard. Which, let's go ahead. We actually have a quest in the quest book. For the Infusion crafting, we need to get a Runic Matrix and 4 arcane pedestals. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves out just a few of these. And these are 10V apiece. Okay. So let's go ahead and get 4 of the arcane pedestals, and we should get a quest complete. There we go. And we'll grab our loot chest. There we go. So that quest is done. And we got 8 hearty breakfasts. I love all the food rewards. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so tallow candles, 40 jars. Okay, awesome. And let's open this up. And now we've unlocked Boots of the Traveler, Cloud Stepper Ring, and Infusion boosting. The Boots of the Traveler need Ethereal Arcane Infusion, Modus, Walk a lot, Run a lot, Swim a lot, and Jump a lot, which we've done all of that. So let's go ahead and complete that. And there is the Boots of the Traveler. Oh, and we can make Enchanted Fabric. I looked in the JEI and I wasn't able to pull it up. So what was it? Wool and string? I've been wanting to make this stuff, but I wasn't able to pull the recipe up and I didn't find it in the book. So let's get ourselves a few bits of Enchanted Fabric. There's 16 pieces. Because there is actually a quest for that right here. Get a piece of Enchanted Fabric, and we get a loot chest. And then there's another quest here to make the Goggles of Revealing, the Thaumaturge's robes, legs, and boots. And I would like to go ahead and knock that out. So there's the boots. It's 95V to craft them though. So we are probably going to want to move this around a little bit. And let's go ahead and see what's in our loot chest real quick. 4 Cocobolo doors. Alright. Okay, well we're already back up to 95V. So let's get the Thaumaturge's robes. There's that. And then we just need the Thaumaturge's leggings, which I'm going to need a little bit more string. And there is our Thaumaturge's leggings. There we go. And quest complete, Enchanted Fabric. So we have the entire set of the basic thaumaturge stuff. And AT&T, I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so let's see. I think that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, though, whenever we come back, we're going to get into Infusion a little bit. I am going to do just a little bit of research because we have unlocked a lot of stuff here. And a lot of this is just going through and just completing. I mean, we will craft a lot of these things and get into a lot of these things. But right now I'm just trying to, you know, kind of unlock everything in the book, or unlock most of it anyways. Because a lot of this stuff is pretty straightforward. And then I've got to do like a lot of like, you know, just research, theory type research. I have to make all of those. Thaumium Fortress Armor. Like the alchemy, I can now research advanced Essentia Transportation. So there's that. We're up to 90% on that stuff. Advanced Foci. Okay, we need a blank Advanced Focus. And a Theory and Auromancy. V Amulet, Theory of Auromancy. There's the V Battery right there. Arcane Bore, which we are going to probably be using, I think. We'll see. Lamp of Fertility. Lamp of Growth. Mirror Magic, which we have to study teleportation. We've already done that. Seal Guard. Yeah, see, we unlocked a lot of stuff that we can research. So, there's crystal farming. If we get one of each crystal, we can get that. So I'm going to kind of just go through the process of just unlocking a lot of these things. But next episode, that's what we'll be doing, is we'll be starting into Infusion. We'll probably spend most of the episode doing that. At the end, depending on where we get to next episode, I would like to start into like serious alchemy, like getting the alchemical construct. Also, I would like to get like into the improved Essentia distillation right here, and the bellows to speed up the smelters and get the Thaumium Essentia smelter up and going. The alchemical constructs, all that fun stuff. But I don't know if we'll get into that next episode. Probably, because if we're going to start into Infusion, we need better Essentia smelting, and a type that's not just going to be, you know, chugging Flux up into the air constantly. You know, we do need something a bit better. We'll go ahead and get that, which we will get into crystal farming before too long as well. It's kind of useful. And then there's that. Hey, just kind of unlocking lots of things at this point. So. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. I hope to see you guys next time. We're about to start getting into a lot of the real meat of thaumcraft with Infusion and alchemy and stuff, which is going to open the way for really progressing in thaumcraft in truth. And pretty soon we'll actually start setting up thaumcraft in our base proper. And no more temporary thaumcraft area, which is going to be great. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.